Convicted Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev returns to court this morning for the sentencing phase of his trial. A jury will decide whether he should get the death penalty or spend the rest of his life in prison. Don Dahler is in Boston, where those affected by the attack are sharing their opinions. Don, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. The guilt phase was pretty much a foregone conclusion, with the fact that the defense team told the jurors that their client took part in the bombings. But the results of this next phase are much less clear. Boston is a city divided when it comes to the question of whether this 21-year-old man should be put to death.
In their fight to save Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's life, the defense is expected to paint him as a troubled teenager under the influence of his radicalized older brother Tamerlan. The team will likely put Tsarnaev's family members and friends on the stand. But prosecutors are expected to remind the court of the brutality the now 21-year-old helped mastermind 2 years ago, leading to the deaths of 4 people, including 8-year-old Martin Richard. Tsarnaev can be seen in surveillance setting his bomb down just feet away from the child.
It was a very powerful explosion.
Ed Davis was Boston's police commissioner at the time.
This is Massachusetts. Do you think there's a jury in this state that's going to be able to hand down the death penalty?
I think there is. I'm not a big advocate of the death penalty. I've never been extremely supportive of it. I think it has its place, and I think this is a place.
Still, a recent poll showed a majority of Bostonians are against Tsarnaev paying with his life. In a Boston Globe essay, Martin Richards' family urged prosecutors to take the death penalty off the table. And just this week, Jessica Kinski and Patrick Downs, who each lost limbs in the attack, joined the Richards plea, saying, "We must overcome the impulse for vengeance."
I mean, there are certainly times where we feel angry or we have frustration and we have vengeance on our mind. But I don't feel like that's a great use of our energy.
The jury's decision must be unanimous. If there's one holdout, then Dzhokhar Tsarnaev spends the rest of his life in prison. The process could take up to 4 weeks. Gail?
All right. Thank you, Don.